All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Baha Rachakwadash. All right, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the whole elect, pushing this gospel amongst the four winds with truth and sincerity. To you I say shalom. All right, it's Brother Parathon with a quick lesson. I'm going to open up with 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter. All right, starting at verse 1. Pretty much continuing from the my last lesson, going into Esdras, the council between Esdras and the angel. All right, 2nd Esdras 6:59, it says, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Now, we know that, and let's just grab it real quick. Let's go to Job. Esdras asks why we don't possess an inheritance with the world, with this world. All right, this is Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? This world, this kingdom, is given unto the wicked. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the red man that the Bible speaks of, the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Right? The top angel sitting on the left-hand side of the Lord, upon whom which Yahweh Shai sits on the right-hand side. All right? So this is Satan's kingdom. Under, he does nothing without the Lord's say so, man. Satan's he's just a soldier who's righteous in his wickedness. His purpose is to carry out the wicked and to be wicked, to be unrighteous, to be cruel. All right? So let's go back to 2nd Esdras 7. So again, Esdras says, why don't we have an inheritance with this world if the world is given to us for our sakes, along with the heathen nations? All right, 2nd Esdras 7:1. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights of four, Salakia. And he said unto me, up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. Right? But put the case the entrance were narrow and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? Right? Now, the city, right? The sea, or they represent the kingdom, right? The inheritance of Israel, as we continue reading. But we must go through much tribulation, right? It says 2 Timothy, I'll grab that, Lord willing. Or no, that's Acts, I believe, 14. Let's continue reading, because I believe we're gonna come to that precept. It says, verse 5, Salakia, verse 6, there is also another king, another thing, a city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things, right? So the city and the sea represent the kingdom, right? It's full of all good things. Let's see, verse 7, the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left hand a deep water, right? So it's like this is parabolic and it's poetic, because we know that the end of the world, and the end of the world was caused by a flood, right? In the beginning. This time it's going to be caused by a flood of fire. It was a flood of water first, and now it's going to be a flood of fire. It says, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could only but one man go there at once. Why? Because we must work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. We got to make our calling and election sure. We got to study to show ourselves approved, man. We got to, work out our own salvation, right, with fear and trembling. These all are precepts, right, put on as the elect, right? These are all precepts, That's on the hey, we can't no other man save us. Can't nobody save us but Yahweh Shai. But in this walk, you can't depend on a brother to save you. It's between us and the Lord, man. We all have a design, a hell specifically designed for us. Right? What's that? Let me grab that 2 Corinthians real quick. 2 Corinthians 10 and 13, it says, but we will not, Salakia. Is it 1 Corinthians? Khan. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, there hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So he won't put nothing on us that we can't handle. Right? He won't put us through something and not show us a way out, but we have to endure. We have to apply the knowledge, right? We have to apply the knowledge in real time, right? Which is wisdom, to apply what you know. We have to seek him 10 times more, man. We are in a broken and contrite spirit, a spirit of humility. All right, so let's just get back. Let's get back to 2 Esdras 7. In verse 9, it says, if this city were now given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive the inheritance? Right? If the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, right? If he shall never pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive it? Meaning he has to go through the danger. We have to have patience in this lower state, right? In this furnace of adversity, right? We have to go through these straits. The entrance thereof is narrow and set in a dangerous place to fall. We walking on tight ropes. Right? That narrow and straight gate. From there, let's grab. Hold on, what do we? And we're going to keep rolling here. Let me see. Khan, Salaki, I'm going to keep rolling. It says, verse 10, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, this inheritance, the kingdom, that sea, that city. Because for their sakes I made the world. Khan. When Adam transgressed my statutes, there was decreed that now was done. Right? So that the fall of Adam, right? The fact that we die as early, as young as we do, along with all the other curses just being in this flesh, man. Right? That decree, the fall of Adam, the curse of Adam and curse of Eve. It says verse 12, then there were entrances of this world made narrow and full of sorrow and travail, but they are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. It says, then were the entrances of this world made narrow and full of sorrow and travail, and they are but few and evil perils. It says they are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. So this because we have failed to this lower state. It's become we fell from grace. It's become that much more difficult in this flesh to fight back, but the Lord won't forsake us. He hasn't. He will never will. It says what is it? It says Jacob is not consumed, man. Roughly paraphrasing, verse 13. For the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure and brought immortal fruit. Right? Because we knew nothing but righteousness, man. Is in verse 14, that's the point. It says, if then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they could never receive those that are laid up before them. And only the elect will live. It says, if they that live labor not. So only elect are living to labor. Hey, scriptures go into Revelations 12 and 11. I brought it out. They lock their lives unto death. Right? I may have to circle back and hit those, man. As a matter of fact, real quick, let's just run through them, because I didn't want to make this a long lesson. This Revelations 12, man. Let the Spirit do. Revelations 12 and 11. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, the elect of Israel, the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? And by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death, because, hey, to live. Who was it? Shalaki, I just lost it. To live is a Mashiach, and to die is gain. Philippians 1:21. For me to live, Shalaki, Philippians 1:21. For me to live is a Mashiach, and to die is gain. Right? But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor. This is the fruit of my labor. Yet what I shall choose, I want not. But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor. And that is the point. Right? 2nd Esdras 7:14. If they then that live labor not to enter into these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. And that's beautiful. So we live to labor. We live to labor and go through these straight things and to endure. Lord willing, we be accounted of that number. Therefore, we love not our lives unto death. Right? So to live is a Mashiach and according to the law and the Lord. But to die is even better, man. It's a gain. It's a win in our eyes. Real quick. Acts 20:24. It says, but none of these things move me, neither count I my life there unto myself, so that I might finish my course with joy in the ministry which I have received of the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, to testify the gospel of the grace of Yahweh. And now behold, Salakia. Yeah, that's the point. I bruised right through it. It says, but none of these things move me, neither count I my life there unto myself, so that I might finish my course with joy and the ministry which I have received of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, to testify the gospel of the grace of Yahweh. So to testify the gospel, right? To finish our course with joy and the ministry. This is our labor. We live the labor and to do so. Right? These things. Acts 21. Let's jump over to Acts 21 real quick. In verse 13. Then Paul answered, what mean ye to weep and to break mine heart? For I am ready not to be bound only, but also to die at Jerusalem for the name of Yahushua Mashiach. Paul was in his bag. Paul was in his bag. All right, so let's circle back. That's the spirit. Let's jump back to Acts. It's Acts 14:22. It says, confronting the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. Through much tribulation, we must enter into the kingdom. Spin back. Right? If they then not labor, verse 14 again, because we're going to close out with this. If they then not labor not to enter into these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. So we must enter into much tribulation, these straight and vain things. Another one is, you know what, we could close out with this, John. In the words of Yahushua, John 16:33. And 32, behold, the hour cometh, yea, is now come, that ye shall be scattered every man to his own, and shall leave me alone, and yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Right? So the Lord, Yahushua, said that in the world we're going to have tribulation, but be of good cheer. Don't let it discourage you. because he already overcame the world. He's the author and finisher of our faith, right? That's why these scriptures, what's that, Romans 15:4, the things that are written are for time and for our learning, man, right? So the Lord tells us to be of good cheer, for he has already overcome the world. So we already won. Lord willing, we are counted of that number. All right, so with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Baharakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. A great millstone, the GMS will teach and rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, Kwame Yasharala, and